Welcome to Patty's Aquatics. Now in today's video I have another unboxing, but this time it's fish from Aqua Huna. So stick around and I'll show you what I got. Alright, so I ordered some fish from Aqua Huna. I've wanted to order for them for a while because the shipping rate is only $12.99 compared to like $35 for a lot of other places. But it's the end of February, beginning of March here, and I'm a little worried. So we'll see what happens here. They have been in this box for about almost 2 days. So it's not terrible, but not ideal. But I thought saving $20 on shipping and they're fully guaranteed, it's not a terrible thing. All right. Feel cool, but not overly cold. That's a good thing. Surprisingly, not very cold. Oh, that's a dead one. These are peacock gudgeons. That one appears 100% dead. The other two are moving. These are 3 more peacock gudgeons. I don't know. It looks like 2 alive and 1 possibly dead. We'll see, because it's, like I said, it's colder. So we'll have to get them in some warm water to see if they kick back. And then these bags are rainbow shiners. There's 3 in here. They are alive and kicking. Another bag with 3, which again, they look alive and kicking and moving all around. And the last bag of rainbow shiners as well. They all look good. It's those peacock gudgeons that look a little, 2 of them look a little iffy. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to float these bags in water for a while, at least a half hour. I want them to kind of come to temperature and see if, especially those gudgeons, peacock gudgeons, if those 2 that don't look the greatest, maybe they'll pep back up and come back to life. I've had that with other fish in the past when I shipped them around this time, had them shipped that they looked dead, but once I floated them in some warm water, they came back. So that's the plan. I'm going to get them in some tanks and I'll get back with you. So I just started floating them. Like I said, the shiners, rainbow shiners, do look very good. They're all moving. I wasn't too worried about these guys because they are a colder water fish. The peacock gudgeons, I was a little more worried, but this bag, they're all moving. And this one, the one that's upside down, if you look real closely, it almost looks like that one fin moves a little bit, if I can get it right light. We'll see what happens. It don't look too promising for that one for sure. Oh, he just moved. He just moved, so there is a chance. So, like I said, we're going to let him sit for a while. And then, yes, you see the angelfish back there in the corner. He's going into the big 100-gallon tub with the other angelfish. So let these guys sit and we'll get back to you. All right, so I've kept the fish in there for probably about an hour and a half just to really see, especially if these peacock gudgeons, that one that was really upside down would turn right side up. Still upside down, so we'll see. But I need to continue the acclimation process here. So what I'm going to do is pour them in the containers here with the water that they're in. I'm going to add some water from those tanks, let them sit for a little bit longer, and then add a little bit more water until they're kind of fully acclimated, probably twice, and then I'll throw them into the tank. So let me get them in here first. We'll start with the peacock gudgeons. And this is the bag with the one that is upside down. But we'll see if he still moves or not. Now, typically, I just do a normal drop and plop method, pour it into a net, after you temperature acclimate, just let them. But with these, I wanted to do it a little different with actually some more, not so much a drip acclimation, but to gradually add my water to it, just because they did come from across the country. They do have a very cool Acclimation piece of paper that comes with them, and explains that their pH is, I think it said 6.8 to 0, which isn't too far off from mine, but I still like to be careful. Now, 5 of these are swimming perfectly fine. That one is upside down, and I don't see him moving. I pretty much think that one's going to be a goner. But let's get the rainbow shiners in here now. I just got to be careful that none of them want to jump out. Now, like I said, the rainbow shiners I wasn't worried about, just because I know they are a colder water fish, and I didn't really think I had to be worried too much as far as temperature wise with the shipping compared to these peacock gudgeons, which are obviously more tropical. And then the last bag. All right. And I got all 9 of them in here, and they're all swimming real nice. So what I'm going to do now is take a little bit of water from my tanks and add a little bit onto them. And we'll do the same with this one up here. Gonna get some duckweed, but that's okay. All right. I'm going to let these sit for about 15 minutes or so, and then I'm going to put a little bit more water in, and we'll see what happens, and then we'll add them to the tank after that. All right, so it's been about a half hour. I've added a couple more times of water in here, and they're ready to go into the tanks. Now, the peacock gudgeons here, that one is still dead. He is not coming back, so I will have to take a picture of that one outside of the water and send Aqua Huna email, but all the rest look good. The rainbow shiners all look good and healthy and thriving. So next thing, like I said, is to put them in the tanks. So let's start with the peacock gudgeons. Oh, 5 in 1 scoop. That don't happen very often. And then let's get them in the tank. Let's see how it goes. It'll probably take some time for them to really acclimate to the water and color up and get active. So they look a little odd now, but that's all right. I'll show you these guys again after they've been sitting in the tank for a while. Now let's do the rainbow shiners. Got all of them as well. Yeah, everybody. All right. So these guys as well. Definitely going to take a while for them to color up. And we'll check back on them again a little later. Well, it is the next day. I let these fish sit overnight, and these rainbow shiners are just very active and moving around and starting to color up. They still haven't got any as far as that metallically looking color that they have to them, but they definitely are not pure white anymore. So it'll take some time for them to color back up again. But I did want to talk about what used to be in this tank. I used to have those pink endlers. Well, I wound up getting rid of those. If you can tell by some of my videos, and especially with that one of those last videos where I got the white cloud minnows, I start to get I like to move on and try different things in different fish. And that's the same with these. The endlers were very cool. I liked them. I did keep a couple of them in another container to kind of keep that strain alive, but I got rid of the rest of them because I wanted to try something different. And I was always fascinated by these rainbow shiners. And another idea is I may put a couple outside in my summer tubs this summer. I'm not 100% sure, but I wanted to get them in here to see if I can breed them. And it'll take a while because these are so small, but get them bigger and try breeding them. And I just find that fascinating to be able to try to breed different fish. And like I said, I really love this fish. Now let's go look at those peacock gudgeons. Now these guys are not as active. They are still kind of getting acclimated to my water in this tank, I believe. There's 5 of them in here now. I haven't really seen them all swim around too much. I've seen them dart a little bit at the bottom, but I just did turn the light on not too long ago as well, so that's also part of it. So there's 3 in here that I can see currently. I know there was a 5th one hiding behind my log back there earlier, so they're in here. Like I said, these seem to be going to take a little bit longer for them to kind of get acclimated. I did throw a tiny bit of food in there before, but they didn't seem interested. The rainbow shiners did eat a little bit when I threw some food in there earlier. These guys have not even colored up all the way yet either, so we shall see what happens. Now they're starting to dart around a little bit, probably because they're freaked out by me. So peacock gudgeons I think are going to be okay. Like I said, it's just going to take a little bit longer for them to get acclimated now that I'm talking about it. Now they're all moving around. Maybe I need to stand in front of the tank and talk more. Anyway, I'm very excited to try to breed these guys. I have bred these before in the past. They were actually in my first dirted tank ever, and I bred a pair of these and had a bunch of babies. And then I moved on from them, and I've regretted it ever since. I absolutely love these fish and the coloration on them. I just think they're absolutely phenomenal. It's probably as close. One of these are like saltwater. They're like close to saltwater colored fish for a freshwater fish. I know a lot of those African cichlids can look like that, but so can these, especially when they color up. So I really love these fish, and I'm excited to get these to grow up and see what I have in here as far as male and females. It's really hard to sex them when they were so discolored. I can definitely see a couple females that I was almost positive I had at least one male in that pack, so we shall see. But that's the peacock gudgeons, and they're all ready to perk back up anytime now. It'd be great. So, well, unfortunately, those peacock gudgeons did not perk up, and I lost every single one of them. It sucks, and I'm not sure exactly what happened. I don't think it was the pH. According to Aqua Huna's paperwork, their pH is between 6.8 and 7.0. Mine is about 7.0 in my tank, so I don't think it was that. If I had to take a guess, I would think it would have been the combination of the stress and shock of being shipped, and then plus the bag got a little colder. If I had to guess at a water temperature that bag was at, I would say in the mid-60s, which isn't extremely cold, but the fact that you're going to compound that with the stress of being shipped, yeah, I think that probably was the combination of those two, if I had to be honest. The rainbow shiners, on the other hand, they're still doing fabulous. They're swimming around, very active and eating. Now, would I order from Aqua Huna again? 100% I would. Well, I'll tell you this much. Their customer service is phenomenal. I emailed them on a Sunday night, letting them know that I lost all those peacock gudgeons. And by Monday morning, I already had an email telling me that I was going to be refunded for all of them. They have a 3-day window after you receive those fish that they guarantee them. So if they die in your care in those first 3 days, they refund you. You don't get that sometimes even at local fish stores, I know. If I walk out the door, they're mine and my responsibility. So I think that's huge. 2, I love their shipping rates, but that's something you have to kind of play that game of do I or don't I? You know, it's $12.99 flat rate shipping in the continental United States. They use the United States Postal Service priority mail, which can take 2 to 4 business days. Now, if you order from somewhere else that's got overnight shipping, you're going to pay $35 or more, but you're getting the next day. So you have to kind of weigh that, and then also weigh what part of the United States are you in. Like I'm in Wisconsin, and what time of the year. I ordered the end of February. Typically, it's a pretty cold period of time. We had a warm streak, but the day they shipped them, all of a sudden we got slapped with winter again. So I take partly the blame for them passing because of the time of year that I ordered them. But with that being said, I 100% would order from them again, like I said, but I probably would wait till like spring or fall, where I'm kind of more consistent weather-wise, and you can order any of the fish and really not worry about temperature if it's going to take a few days longer. So yes, I would 100% order from them again. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you are thinking about ordering fish online, just kind of weigh those pros and cons as far as the shipping and where you want to get them from. May save you a little bit of a headache down the road. But anyway, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please consider in doing so. And don't forget to hit that notification bell, because I have a few very cool projects coming up. And then, as always, always remember to think outside that box and take a step back into nature. Hope to see you next time here at Patty's Aquatics.